What's up, YouTube? We out here chilling outside and shit, man. My man OG Frank Nitty. Frank Nitty, what's up, my guy?
Man, what's going on, man? It just I've been watching these TikToks and these all this stuff on the Twitter, man, and it's crazy to me about all the stuff that's been going on and for how long it's been going on. Like, this is one of the reasons why I spoke the last time and I aimed it towards the youth because it's shit like this that's, to me, that's influencing our youth and in many cases send them to either prison for the rest of their life or even worse, getting themselves killed. Now, I bring this up, this one simple fact. I check out this shit about this dude Meek Mills today. Fucked me up, right? And it fucked me up for a number of reasons, and I'll explain why. First, this is the same motherfucker, right, that had one of rap's legends knocked out backstage. And I'm speaking about Benny Siegel. And I know the dude that did that for Meek Mill, I know he got to be feeling like a whole fucking clown right now. He got to be feeling like a whole clown because, for one, you knocked out a rap legend, a man, and I've never heard any smut on his name behind the G-walls or anything like that when he was doing time. I never heard any smut on his name, I never checking in on PC, I never heard any of that, right? So you knocked out a motherfucker, a rap legend, a man, a G, for a motherfucker, and because they tell me I gotta pronounce it right now, for somebody with an alternative lifestyle, right? And even went so low as beefing with a female. I'm talking about Nicki Minaj, right? He like had real beef with her at one time. Clown shit. But this is what gets me the most. This the same motherfucker I seen chasing Nicki Minaj, old boyfriend, Safari up the fucking street. Him and his guys, right? And I'm talking to all of y'all too, because all of y'all are just fucking guilty, right? Chase dude Safari up the street, but when that fucking fourth quarter pressure got on his ass, with that motherfucker, with the DJ dude or DJ Academics, this motherfucker told. He sent the fucking police to the man's house. And these are the motherfuckers, man, that makes me so mad because they be rapping about motherfuckers like me and other gangsters, other niggas who done really been in the trenches, really been behind that G-wall, fighting for our lives, surviving, you know, the best way we fucking could. And these are the motherfuckers that millions of our youth are looking up to, influencing. Man, give me a break. Like, give me a break. Half of these motherfuckers, they rap about shit they ain't never did in their fucking life. Ain't never been no motherfucking prison. They ain't never bust no gun with no monkey nuts and all this old shit with a dick on and all this old shit. This hip and slick now. These motherfucking suckers ain't never did none of that. And so I'm telling the youth, recognize this shit with this fuck nigga, Meek Mill. Recognize that all you motherfuckers will sit down there and looking up to this dude talking about he the king of the city, this and that. No, he not the king of the city. He the queen of the city. You know, let's get that shit straight. He the queen of the fucking city. He ain't no gangster. You know what I mean? He just told on the motherfucker. He just sent the authorities to a motherfucking man house that they had a verbal fucking beef. That's fuck nigga shit. And I'm talking to the youth, man, stop being influenced by these fucking clowns. They ain't never been inside no motherfucking yard. Don't nobody know none of them on no motherfucking yard, right? And they get exposed. And it's another motherfucker I forgot. This motherfucker finesse 2 times. He This motherfucker talk all this shit, talking this gangster. He ain't never ran from a motherfucker. You didn't have to, nigga, because you told. Your man came on there, one of your old co-defendants came on there and said that paperwork was stamped. You did that. That's why the nigga Honeycomb Brazy putting you out there. And I'm so fucking glad he has. And I'm so fucking glad that he's back out to continue putting you fuck niggas out there. Because there's too many of y'all for me. And like I said, going back to the youth, stop listening to these suckers. Have these niggas, I don't say stop listening to the rap, all that. I like rap. But stop listening to the message that these niggas sending because they not living like that.
Hey, OG, one more question, OG. P Diddy put a list out. What you think about the list he put out?
Well, I don't know what the fuck he's saying about this list. Cause yeah, I seen that on there. He got everybody, all the who's who on this motherfucker. He got Oprah name on there, Kevin Hart, Will Smith, you name it, Alicia Keys, everybody. Right? I mean, the list is long as hell. And then in true Pied Piper form, he got a little child. I don't know if it's grandchild or his child. I don't know whatever. You got this little kid out there with you in true Pied Piper form that you got calling out the names too. Excuse me. I'm like, be real. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is the world coming to when you got these type of people that's the major influences in our world? Here's somebody who sit down there and do all this, and they doing all kinds of shit. They calling him and TD Jakes and all the power bottoms and all this old wild, outlandish shit. And it been confirmed by several other rappers. Yeah, that type of shit be going on, and that's how you come up. Come on, man. Where the fucking men still at? Have some fucking dignity. You got motherfuckers, and they done distance themselves, and you gotta ask yourself, did they distance themselves because of the situation? Or is they distance themselves because they scared they gonna get exposed for being with that shit? I don't know. I can only hope some of them have, because I like some of them, right? So for my sake, I hope some of them have, right? But this is the this is the shit that I just really trips off of. He got his whole fucking list, and I don't know if the part we talk about, because they had over the caption, did he not going down alone? I don't know why the fuck would he go on social media with a motherfucking list and name the who's who, the elite of Hollywood and the music industry. But you know, it's like it to me it's symbolic. Like he said, hey, you know, if y'all don't save me from this situation, I'm gonna put y'all out there. I don't know, right? Sometimes that's how it happens, right? But it was a question concerning one of my last episodes on prison and, you know, different spots and dangerous spots in prison. And I would like to answer that question, but I don't remember word for word.
They asked, what's the difference between the different prisons that you've been in?
Well, I'm gonna start with the penitentiary. The penitentiary was definitely violent when I went in there. But normally, and I know it's a lot of people going to disagree with this as far as everyday citizens, they're going to disagree that there's ever any justification for taking someone else's life. But in the penitentiary, that's how it went. You know, it wasn't a lot of killing all the time like it was when I was down JCI, stuff like that. But when something happened, it really happened for a reason. Now, one of the reasons why I believe, in my personal opinion, because at the time when I was in the penitentiary, they still had boxing. So, you know, you can, you know, if two guys had a beef, and they wanted to be on man time, one of the trainers or one of the other boxers might walk by the other and say, yo, look, y'all ain't got to go to, the knives or whatever. Man, y'all go ahead and sell that shit in the ring. However, if y'all agree to go do that, then after you step out of the ring, win, lose, or draw, that's the end of that, right? Because niggas on man time up there. And that's how it went. Now, when I was down the penitentiary annex, which is now known as the Jessup Correctional Institution, when I first went down there, it was straight savagery. And like I spoke to y'all about the last time, it was savagery because, excuse me, it was a lot of old beefs being settled, maybe from 5, 10 years ago, where we had a lot of old beefs being settled. So guys for the first time seeing each other, and whether he was the victim or he was the victor, they got it on sight, right? And you knew that you had to be like that, and that's why I said on one of my last episodes, it was no gray area down there. You was either a wolf or you was a sheep. One of the things that used to often prove that was that in the morning times for breakfast, that like I said, we didn't have a kitchen or anything like that yet. So in the morning times for breakfast, uh, used to we used to have to come out ourselves and go in the rec hall where they had these kind of carts lined up and they would service our portions on these styrofoam trays. Now, back then, you had guys still taking guys' food, right? I'm not proud of it, but yeah, I used to be one of the ones who used to do that as well. And it was like a thing where guys would, eat chicken and like fried chicken. I can remember onion rings and cinnamon toast crunch cereal. I remember that. They had to take them things off the menu for a minute because it was so many fights and stabbings breaking out over them because you would come through line and a guy might just reach on your tray and take your shit, right? And that's why I said it was determined right then and there whether you was a wolf or you was a sheep. And if you didn't come out in the mornings, then pretty much people made that decision for you that you was a sheep because you didn't come out because you didn't want to get exposed for somebody taking your shit, right? And so even we had a model down there. Even if you didn't remember to put that toothbrush in your mouth in the morning, you remember to put that knife in your dip because you never know what's going to happen in a rec hall. And one of the things that I did used to really like back then, and this, of course, this is before gangs hit Maryland, right? One of the things that I used to really like was that no matter who you were, no matter what your reputation was, you was gonna get tried. And on top of that, the bigger your name was, the bigger your reputation was the most likely that you get tried. Because what kids call clout now, you had motherfuckers back then would try you knowing that you would fuck them straight up, knowing that you might damn near kill them. But they had that one thing to stand on. I beef with yo. So when they get inside of other prisons and shit like that, and where you man you say, man, you motherfuckers this, that, and the third, nigga, I beef with such and such and such and such. And so a motherfucker would look at that and say, well, dang, this motherfucker survived me with him. You know what I mean? This nigga might be about something, so I might got to approach him with a little bit of caution. But in all reality, he got his ass tore out the frame. It's just that what, like I said, what the kids now are calling clout, he was just chasing clout. And I didn't have motherfuckers to try me and I fuck their ass up when they do it. But that was their bragging point. They don't say, "Hey man, I did this and that, or I said this and that to you," and that's all they really say. They don't say, "Hey, yeah, I said this, or I did this and that." They don't say, "Yeah, I said this, and he put me on a medevac, a helicopter, and I said it." They won't tell you that part because, like I said, it was their version of clout back then. So to keep moving forward to the next prison, right? The Supermax. The Supermax was probably about 95% psychological. And it was so psychological because she was always locked in. Come out for 1 hour a day, and even when you come out for that 1 hour a day, you're only on this little small pod. It's even smaller than a record, right? And you're on there, and basically all y'all can do is argue at each other. And so, but you did have times where people done got killed in there, right? Where police done got stabbed up in there, right? And female police that been made to strip ass naked, to save another police life. You know, that's the type of stuff that goes on in there because in the Supermax is what considered as this. And of course, this is before North Branch is built. So at this particular time when I was in there, the Supermax was considered the place where Maryland's worst criminals was at, right? Maryland's most dangerous criminals was at. So you had that, and I can remember one particular time in there that a guy, I only know him as Will, right? But I've heard that he's changed his nickname to something else, and I can't remember right offhand. But I can remember him one time. It was a police named Myers. I can speak about it because he's already been charged and all that with it, right? A police by the name of Myers, and I'm not sure what the police did, but he was one of the ones who used to be running his mouth, trying to play tough. And this particular day that this dude Will stabbed this police, and then as he stabbed him, we all thought he killed him. To be honest, because the police were laying there, but sure enough, police are smart enough to play dead, and he stabbed him a couple of times. So, but come to find out later on, and he's a person who I mentioned on earlier episodes about my incarceration in my life, a dude by the name of Walter Hall. By far the biggest rat in the state of Maryland, maybe even the country, right? But by far the biggest rat in the state of Maryland, and which I later found out was that Will did this to get to him. Because that's how mad a lot of them rats in there will make you. Because although it holds Maryland's worst of the worst, well, at least at that time, it also sheltered the biggest fucking rats in Maryland, the biggest child molesters, because that's the only place that they could actually keep them safe, right? Because they didn't have cell buddies. Um, as far as the living conditions in there, your bed was a concrete slab. So I might as well lay down out here, on the ground compared to in there. That's how I was all day, every day. And if you did something, to get a ticket or something, they took your mattress. So you no longer had a little mat on top of the concrete slab. You just had that. And of course, um, well, the Supermax cells is a little bigger than normal cells, but they're never really bigger than your home bathroom, right? Any cell, right? So imagine you have a bathroom, you have a bathtub in there. That's where your bed would be at. Your toilet, let's move your sink on top of your toilet, put it onto the wall. And from the foot of your bed to the door, is about, give or take an inch, about this much room. That's your cell. And like I said, it's pretty much that's the cell sizes in pretty much all the prisons, right? I know at least in the state of Maryland. All right, so you 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 had people that was really mentally ill in there as well, right? Because that's what prison and long term confinement and solitary does to the human mind. It drives you crazy because imagine being on a tier, which only held in the Supermax is only 12 cells per pod, right? So imagine being in somewhere that concentrated and everybody around you is either a child molester, a serial rapist, serial killer, uh, a motherfucker that just know he can never touch the general population again because he know it's a death warrant on his head. And people that just argue all day for nothing. Imagine 11 being on a team where 11 cells do that, and you're the only motherfucker on there that seems like you have any sanity about yourself. And being